it sounds good that Zach is your guy, but if he is not noticeably improved, do you see that being the case over the long haul of the season?
Joe Douglas is never scared to make a move. If anything, they don't have that veteran guy who's been there, done that in the locker room right now. So maybe they add a Colt McCoy, or maybe they add someone else who's been there and has done that. Or maybe they trade for, I'm just throwing out names, but like you trade for a Case Keenum or, one of those types of guys that has just been a lifelong veteran presence who's there on a day-to-day basis and can get you a win if you need. But all this talk, there was a lot of talk yesterday in New York of like, go get Brady. Like, let's be realistic here. Like, Brady's not looking to come back. He's not looking to come play for the Jets with no practice, no training camp, no nothing. And I think the Jets fans have to, kind of ground themselves here and say, okay, we had the expectations of this, and I know we're all in for this, but this is a number 2 overall pick. And all we have heard all camp is how Zach Wilson has made these incredible strides. It's almost like we have to call their bluff now and be like, okay, so let's see it.
Exactly. And it's the classic training camp storyline of like best shape of his life. Aaron really took him under his wing. And for the record, I'm not trying to be a jerk. I would love it if Zach Wilson got a little bit of a redemption arc here, but
there is a cool redemption story here. You've got Hackett, who was the joke of the league last year when he was with Wilson. You've got Zach Wilson, not Russell Wilson, who was the joke of the league and was benched, and people hated his comments after the Patriots loss. And then you've got Todd Downing, who was unceremoniously let go in Tennessee as their offensive coordinator. So you've got 3 guys who kind of tail between their legs a little bit at the end of 2022 are now the focal points of what could be an amazing redemption story for the Jets this season. They still have Garrett Wilson. They still have Breece Hall, who looks absolutely amazing. They still have Alan Lazard, and they still got Michael Carter and Dalvin Cook. There's still an offense there.
I own it. I'm a glass half empty type of person. I just am. But for all of the reasons you're saying, that's why I'm nervous. Again, I hope Zach Wilson balls. That would be so much fun. But it makes me nervous to know, we just saw their defense make Josh Allen look helpless. Like the defense is ready to roll. Garrett Wilson is one of the best young receivers in the league, has the early contender for catch of the year, definitely catch of the week. Breece Hall looks better than before. Like, this is a team that's ready to win. And if they're averaging 10 points a game like they were last year, I worry that you run the risk of losing that locker room for putting them in that position again.
Yeah, and it's not what they wanted, right? They went out and they traded for Aaron Rodgers, maybe the greatest quarterback of his generation, just skill-wise. But 4 snaps in, God is cruel. There was a line someone sent me: if you want to make God laugh, go ahead and tell him your plans.
Absolutely.